this way.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There's two chambers here. This is where this is where they enter in from the door. You just let them in. Are you morning or evening? Evening.
Morning.
Are you morning? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I'll run through that again with you on the letting out part.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
but there's two chambers, so they enter in here and they kind of disperse, in the evening between the two chambers. And there's also a that perch, that wooden perch there. That's before that wheelbarrow.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be in here, and
right.
they like to just kind of line up on perch in there, and that's usually where they sleep, or in some of the boxes. So this is the egg laying chamber.
Oh, okay, in the boxes.
In the boxes, right.
Oh, is that not just garbage?
No, so that we're gonna cut those up, and we actually have some wooden egg boxes too that they'll lay the eggs in. So more times than not, with 12 hens, we're gonna have, almost every day there'll be eggs. Mm-hmm. Okay, and there could be anywhere between 1 or 2 to 8, maybe with that range. So both in the morning and in the evening, we come and check the eggs, and we take the eggs out gently, and we have cartons in the shed, which we'll go look at. So what we do is we have cartons that are broken up into half dozens. We ask people to bring egg cartons here, and we cut them in half.
A lot of eggs. Okay.
We cut them in half, and we actually just in our distribution process of our units of measure on the harvesting, a half a dozen is 1 unit of measure. Okay, so we say we took one. We mark it on the chart, on the harvest chart when it's up there, and we say we took 1 half dozen. 1 is a half dozen eggs. So as the chicken team, we try to kind of just put them in the half dozen containers, and there'll be a box for them in the shed. And we just want to keep them out of the sun. The eggs stay a lot longer than most people realize. The eggs actually don't go bad as fast as people think. When I learned about that, you better get them refrigerated within a day.
About 3 weeks they stay good.
Yeah,
I think.
They're good for.
Wow.
Yeah,
so at home we could just leave them out on the counter if we wanted.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
People don't realize it, but they will keep obviously longer if refrigerated, but most people don't.
That's good to know if I'm ever crammed for space or something.
Yeah.
For a couple of days because of something. Oh.
So, so that's the egg harvesting part. And
I have a question. When you open this thing up, what keeps the chickens from coming out here?
Okay, well, no, that's a good question, and the answer is, it's
do it during the day when they're out there.
You do it as the morning person. You let them out first. Obviously, it's going to be easier, and then it's easy because also the other thing we want to do is we want to clean up too. So the health and wellness. Yeah, and there'll be hay and the sawdust in here, which we'll be putting in here, and they'll kind of do their thing in the hay or the sawdust, and we'll have a bucket here, and we'll have like a little hand shovel, and then we just kind of like take the droppings that we see with the hay. We don't have to separate anything like that.
It's like a cat litter scoop,
like
so the tin things fall out.
Yeah, and then so that's how we'll clean the just kind of keep it clean and tidy for them, and and if we need to kind of replenish if it's more hay or sawdust as you think, you see that to kind of keep it that way. But we do want to try to keep them nice and healthy and clean, so it's up to all of us to do that. So.
And the hay and the sawdust, the replacement stuff will also be right around here somewhere?
Yeah, well the hay, there's hay, you see there's a pile of hay over there?
Oh yeah.
We'll have a one of them over here, and there'll be a bucket of sawdust here too.
At the moment we don't have any dry, because that is all wet.
That's right.
That's not good for the chickens. That's why we're using it for the strawberries.
Absolutely, right.
That's straw or that's hay?
What?
It's actually straw, maybe?
That's hay.
Oh,
Oh, straw, I think.
hay
Straw.
you can eat, right? Hay is something with something to eat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it's straw.
Yeah.
It's baled straw. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of the care, so cleaning them is important. Then obviously feeding them. And what's more important for an animal to have food or water?
Water.
Right. So we want to, and it's easy to. So this is their watering container, and this.
The hook is on the other side, I think.
Yeah, there's a hook there. See that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we kind of open this up and fill the container.
We'll get some water over there.
Yeah, and then don't use the water.
It's not clean because it could have
Yeah,
dead birds
do
and
not
stuff.
ever. Yeah, you don't want to feed them from the container. We do it from the hose.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we fill this up and then basically put that back. And it kind of keeps a little seal on it. Now the water, we want to make sure.
How does the water come out?
Well, it comes. There's a little hole here.
Okay.
And then it kind of seeps down.
Inside.
And it'll just seep down, and maintain the level up to that
We have to
hole.
wash this.
And then
saucer
want to
thing,
clean.
or-
Well, we want to clean. Just make sure that the water looks relatively clean. So they need the water inside and outside because they're not really smart enough when they're outside to say, "Oh, there's water inside."
Yeah.
So they'll just get really hot and overheated outside if they don't have water. So we have a water container outside as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so one gets.
So these will be in here, and there'll be another water.
So water isn't usually.
And a
in
water
there.
container we actually use we have a inverted garbage top or something like that, just to keep a puddle
Yeah.
in.
So you don't have to bring that one in at night.
No, this stays here.
That just
This
stays
stays there
there.
all the time.
So there's one of those in there.
Yeah, so you don't have to move. We don't move them out. And then in terms of feeding, this works the same way. So we we'll have a bag of feed. I don't know if you can see behind. There's it looks like almost like a travel case. If you come over this way.
Tula thing or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah.
A
There's
car roof.
Yeah, it looks
rack
like a roof
thing.
rack thing. That will keep our feed in there because the feed we want to keep out of the sun and and it's kind of shaded over there now, so that's good. So when we feed them,
I was wondering what that thing was doing there.
we just want to make sure that this is kind of fed in. And what they're going to do is they're going to make a mess because they're not meat eaters. They don't have napkins and they haven't been trained that way. So they're gonna disperse a lot of the feed in here, which is fine.
Yeah.
So that so we'll have extra feed because that also reduces the competitiveness of them feeding. So if it's more feed is dispersed around, and then
So, do they have any toilet etiquette? Do they go on that side and keep the food on that side?
no. So
No.
wherever they are, they're just like they live in the moment.
That's a lot like my rabbit. My son's rabbits.
And then again, a lot of their the feed and what they eat is going to be outside too. So, and what we encourage people to do is to bring table scraps because the best thing the feed gives them a good balance. It's good enough balance diet, but they'll get more nutrition actually from table scraps. But we are organic only, so we'll invite people to bring table scraps here.
Vegetable table scraps.
Vegetable table scraps, yeah, right.
Organic.
And crushed eggshells. So the more calcium they get, the more
So they
the
eat the
stronger.
eggshells.
Oh yeah, they love it. They actually like, So we crush the eggshells and we just throw them out there,
Okay.
And then we invite people to come.
But only the organic is only the eggs maybe they're coming from them, or if we buy
Yeah.
organic eggs at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to make sure that they're not recognizable as eggs anymore, otherwise they're going to attack their own eggs.
Yeah. So if they
Yeah.
learn that they
Okay.
can eat eggs, they'll